Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sports Wets here, and we're back with another NFL mock draft. Before I get into it, guys, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Guys, I've got a few plans for trades in this mock draft. One in particular about some rumors that came out actually just like 15, 20 minutes ago. So I'm really excited to get into that. So, again, guys, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and yeah, let's get on into it. So, starting off, the Jags, it's going to be pretty simple. It's going to go ahead and go with Aiden Hutchinson. I think it's possible they could still go with Evan Neal here, but where they tagged Cam Robinson and clearly want him in their future, I think Aiden Hutchinson is more likely. So, and then with the Lions, I think you could consider a guy like Malik Willis or Kyle Hamilton, but we're going to go KT right here. Again, I think he's just the most likely. Then for the Texans, right here, I think there's a few guys you've really got to consider. Now, I told you, Texans fans, I'm not going to pick a tackle for you guys anymore. Okay, but I also don't want to hear during the season that your offensive line sucks. Now, I think, yeah, Laramie Tunsil is good, but I personally don't have a lot of faith in Titus Howard at right tackle. So we'll have to see what happens there. But I'm not going to go offensive line for you guys. Instead, I think right here we'll go ahead and go Kyle Hamilton. Now, we're going to get into our first trade right here. There were rumors that the Jets and Dolphins are both really strong trade contenders right now for Tyreek Hill of the Chiefs. And apparently the Chiefs are going to be looking for 2 first-round picks and more. I don't think they're going to get 2 firsts, considering that Devontae Adams only got a first and a second. But I do think a first-round pick will be involved. So the Jets will offer their 4th overall pick, as well as a 3rd, and then next year's 4th. Okay. In return, they get Tyreek Hill, and then we'll just say a 7th, just for sake of this trade going through. But essentially, yeah, it's going to be a 1st, a 3rd, and next year's 4th for Tyreek Hill. I think that's very likely. I don't think 2 firsts or anything is going to happen. Just judging off the Devontae Adams trade. So, but yeah, Jets go ahead and get Tyreek Hill right here. Now the Chiefs are on the board with number 4 overall. And we've got a decision here to make. I think the Chiefs could definitely go with a guy like Evan Neal, have a much better right tackle, and their offensive line is just completely stacked. Or we could possibly go with a guy like Jermaine Johnson. They really need some edge help. Or we could even go with Sauce Gardner. They really need that stud corner as well. My main 2 guys right here have got to be Jermaine Johnson and Sauce Gardner. If there's any Chiefs fans watching right here, let me know which one you would prefer. I think right here, so I'm gonna explain my reasoning here. So I have 7 corners that I have a first round grade on. I think one of those guys will be available with the 30th overall pick that the Chiefs have. But there's not going to be a guy even close to Jermaine Johnson's level back at 30. There may be possibly George Karlaftis. Other than that, maybe like Boye Mafe. I think there's going to be a pretty big drop off from Jermaine Johnson at 30. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with Johnson here, and then we'll try to get the best corner available at 30. So, but yeah, let me know what you think of that trade there. Number 5, the Giants go ahead and get Evan Neal. I think Icky is definitely a big consideration right there. Just it all depends who they value higher. I think Evan Neal would be more likely to be able to play a right tackle than Akeem Ekwonu, though. I just don't know that Akeem can translate his skill set to the right side. Now keep in mind, I love Icky. He's probably my favorite tackle in the draft. Just as a pure run blocking left tackle, the dude's an absolute monster. I just don't know if he's able to translate to the right side. Evan Neal, I believe he can. But here for the Panthers, guys, I think it's inevitable at this point. I do think they get Malik Willis. They seem to be really, really liking both Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. Guys, sorry if you can hear that weed whacker outside. My apartment complex maintenance is doing some lawn trimming right now, so I apologize. But yeah, even at Malik Willis's pro day, Panthers offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo, he seemed really, really interested in Malik Willis. Like he had his full attention the whole time. He was intrigued the whole time. It feels like a match made in heaven right there. So I like Malik Willis to the Panthers. 7, the Giants are back on the board. And I think we're going to go ahead and make our next trade here. A lot of fans probably aren't going to like this. But what we're going to do is the Seahawks are going to try to jump the Falcons and trade with the Giants, obviously. They're going to offer the 9th pick for the 7th pick, but they're also going to throw in... So it's only 2 spots, so I don't think a 2nd rounder will be needed, but probably throw in a 3rd rounder. That's saying very unlikely. What about this 41st overall? Okay. We'll see if the Giants can throw in like a 4th as well. No, 5th? Okay, that might go through. That might go through. So... Okay, so the Seahawks send a 1st and a 2nd for the 7th overall pick and a 5th rounder. Because they really want to trade up and get their franchise quarterback, which I think the Falcons may try to take right there. I strongly believe they'll try to take one of these guys. So they get Kenny Pickett, their new franchise quarterback. I really like this kid. I think he gets too much hate. I think he's going to be a stud. So, yeah, Seahawks get their guy. Then at number 8, the Falcons are back on the board. Well, on the board, I shouldn't say back on, but I think in this case, we're going to go ahead and send them... I think we go Trayvon Walker. I really liked Sauce Gardner to them earlier, but where they signed Casey Hayward to a 2-year deal as well, I'm just not sure they're looking to get a corner in the 1st round. I think they're okay with one later on. So what we're going to do now for the Giants is go ahead and give them... You know, I don't think necessarily that Akeem Ekwonu would be a terrible pick right here, but you do that and you have to guarantee that he's going to play guard. Which, again, I don't think is necessarily a bad idea. I think he can be a Pro Bowl level guard. I just don't know if they really want to draft him that high, especially after getting Evan Neal, because Andrew Thomas played really well this last year, and I think he can continue to do that. I think we go ahead and go Ahmad Gardner right here and help fix that secondary a little bit. Plus, there's been trade rumors for James Bradbury. I think either way, Sauce Gardner is going to be a good addition. So then number 10, the Jets are on the board. And I think we'll go ahead and go... See, so they essentially got Tyreek Hill, 4th overall, essentially. So I think right here, what we're going to do is take... So there's not an amazing edge rusher available right here. I think what we've got to do is probably go. I think we're gonna go Derek Stingley. Looking at the board right here, I think Derek Stingley makes the most sense because I like their offensive line. I like both tackles. George Fant played well last year, and I still have a lot of faith in Mekhi Becton. So go with Derek Stingley. Help their secondary, which really needs some help. And yeah, I think that would make for an awesome Jets, first two picks, essentially. So number 11, the Commanders are on the board. With the top two quarterbacks off, I think in this case, where the top two quarterbacks and top two corners are off the board, I think they go ahead and just get best player available, which in this case I think has to be Icky. I don't know how likely it is that Icky falls this far, but if he does, I don't think he falls past this point. Number 12, the Vikings are on the board, and we're going to go Jordan Davis. They let go of Michael Pierce, and I think Jordan Davis would be an absolutely awesome replacement. So then the Texans are on the board here. We're going to get a really nice and shiny weapon for Davis Mills in Garrett Wilson. This dude is fast. He's a really good route runner. I think he's going to be really good with the Texans. That's actually one of the better fits for him, in my opinion. I did say that the Browns was also a really good fit for him, but obviously the Browns don't have this pick anymore. But the Texans, I think, are a really good fit for Garrett Wilson. But the Ravens are now on the board, and we are going to go. I think we're going to go with Trevor Penning, to be honest. I don't believe that they signed any major tackles in free agency. And really they need a good left tackle to replace Alejandro Villanueva, which really didn't even have a good year last year. So, and really where they really like to, they've essentially got a really good heavy zone run scheme. Penning is the type of guy that can move guys off the line of scrimmage and make that scheme work really well. So I think he's a good fit for the Ravens. 15, Eagles fans already know what to expect right here. It's Devin Lloyd. He's my favorite linebacker here. I think it's a perfect fit. Then the Eagles are on the board now, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of intrigued by Charles Cross right here, but I don't think they necessarily need. I don't know. I kind of like the Eagles' offensive line. I just don't know how far Charles Cross really falls. Because, I think he deserves to be a top 15 pick, but man, there's a lot of talent in this draft. I think a lot of people really underrate how much talent there really is here. I think what we end up doing here, typically if we're going for receiver here, I'd probably go Treylon Burks, because he is my favorite wide receiver. I think he's going to be really talented in the NFL. But I kind of like Drake London right here as well. Either way, I think it'd be good to get the Eagles a big body receiver. I think we're going to go Drake London right here. So then at 17, we're going to get the Chargers' Charles Cross. That matchup with him and Rashawn Slater is just... I love it. I love that tackle tandem. Then at 18, the Saints are on the board. And again, I really like Treylon Burks, but I don't know how good of a fit, excuse me, he'll be in the Saints system. I'm not sure about that. I think we'll go ahead and go Chris Olave. I do like Jameson Williams too, just because Jameis Winston likes to throw the ball downfield. But Chris Olave is a much more smooth route runner, and I think is a lot better after the catch than Jameson Williams. So I think he fits the Saints system better. But 19, the Eagles are back on the board. And I think we've got to go Trent McDuffie right here. Andrew Booth is definitely another option. I think a lot of people sleep on Andrew Booth. Yeah, he's had a couple bad games in college, but the dude is an absolute beast. In fact, really, until Sauce Gardner was rising in my rankings, Andrew Booth was my number 2 corner. Right now, he's probably, in that 3 to 4 range. But, yeah, Andrew Booth is a beast. Number 20, where the quarterbacks, well, the top 2 quarterbacks are off the board, and so are the top tackles. I think the Steelers go ahead and just go. Let's see. I got to think of what their interior offensive line is right now. So they've got Kendrick Green, probably playing center. Then they've got James Daniels from the Bears. Then I know they made another interior offensive lineman signing. I don't remember who it was. I remember thinking that it wasn't a great signing. So, yeah, probably one of those guard spots is available if they want to go that route. They could definitely go Tyler Linderbaum and slide Kendrick Green back over to guard. And then their interior offensive line would be stacked again. Or they could even go possibly wide receiver here and try to replace Juju. I don't know. There's a few different ways the Steelers could go. I think what we'll do here. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and go Tyler Linderbaum. And then the Steelers can slide Kendrick Green back over to right guard where he normally plays, and then have James Daniels at left guard. And then their interior is completely fine. I think either way, they really want to make that line as good as possible for whoever's back there at quarterback. But 21, the Patriots are on the board. I think we finally get Treylon Burks off the board right here. I just don't see him falling any farther. He's still overall my number 1 wide receiver. Yeah, there's other really good fits here. Like I said, I really love Garrett Wilson to the Texans. I think London is a solid fit for the Ravens. Chris Olave is just a match made in heaven for the Saints. But I just don't see Treylon Burks falling farther than this. I really don't. But the Packers are back on the board. They also go with a wide receiver. Aaron Rodgers gets, a good deep threat receiver again, and that's Jameson Williams. 23, the Cardinals take Andrew Booth. Cowboys on the board, go ahead and get Zion Johnson. Bills are on the board. I think we're going to go Devontae Wyatt. I'm really intrigued by that. They could definitely go with either Kenyon Green or Jahan Dotson. Both of those guys are strong candidates right here because really they need to fix the interior O-line, but they did sign Roger Saffold, so that's one improvement. But they could also go Jahan Dotson, like I said, but I think they want to fix the interior D line as well. They obviously fixed the edge in getting Von Miller, so that defense is going to be even nastier this year. So Titans are on the board now, and I think since losing Roger Saffold, they'll need some interior O-line help, so we go Kenyon Green right here. 27 of the Bucks are on the board. I think we're going to go Kyrie Lam. They need some cornerback help really bad. Packers are on the board now, and they lost Zadarius Smith this offseason to the Vikings, a divisional rival. So I think what we do right here is go ahead and go with, I think we go George Karlaftis, I think. Dolphins are on the board now. I think we'll go ahead and give them Boye Mafe. Or actually, Ojabo and Dean are still on the board. I think we're gonna go Nakobe Dean. So then for the Chiefs, so earlier we went with Jermaine Johnson. So okay, so there aren't any like absolute stud corners left available. Unless you want to go for Kyler Gordon, which I I do like Kyler Gordon. Roger McCreary was my other first round graded corner. So you could go with either Kyler Gordon or Roger McCreary. They are probably going to lose Tyrann Mathieu, so you could go Daxton Hill or Jaquan Brisker. Not sure why Brisker fell this far. Or you could get Tyreek Hill's replacement here in Jahan Dotson. He's not going to be the absolute speedster that Tyreek Hill is, but he's going to make plays for you. He's a really, really good receiver. I think that's going to be the route we go here. Then for the Bengals, we'll go ahead and go... Let's see. They've already got Jesse Bates. I don't think they need a safety super bad. Let me think here. They could definitely go Kyler Gordon. They did release what was his name? The really, really fast corner they had. Trey Waynes. They released Trey Waynes. And I don't know. I kind of look at that as they're probably going to get ready to sign maybe like a Stephon Gilmore type of guy. But if they don't do that, I could definitely see them addressing corner here because their offensive line has really been rebuilt really well this offseason. So I really like that. So they have more opportunity to draft someone else in the draft here because obviously there's not any like top O linemen available. So I think we go ahead and go Kyler Gordon, replace Trey Waynes. Again, if they end up signing Stephon Gilmore, we're gonna change that for the future. But for right now, I think that's a good pick. And then for the Detroit Lions, I think we go ahead and go. So they went KT second overall. So I think we go ahead and go Daxton Hill. It's always a toss-up for me between him and Jaquan Brisker. I'm higher on Brisker than Lewis Cine. I'm kind of surprised they have him 31st overall. But I think we go Daxton Hill in this case. Get an absolute playmaker at the back end of the defense. And yeah, that is my mock draft for today. Guys, let me know what you think of this mock draft in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the Jets trading for Tyreek Hill in this scenario. I think that'd be an awesome situation. Really help Zach Wilson's production. The Chiefs get their star pass rusher that they want in Jermaine Johnson. I think it's a pretty awesome situation. So again, let me know what you think. Again, smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.